So welcome to my vlog. Delighted that you can be with me today. We're in the midst of a global pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19, and all the other correct names that should be given to it. So the impact that it has on all of us is this idea of social isolation, which is vital, and I'm a big advocate of it, as disruptive as it is. So one of the things that we are probably spending a lot of time in, and that's the area of social media. And today I want to just speak a little bit about redemption or judgment and the place of social media when it comes to coronavirus. So what I thought I would do today is just share a few of the things that I've discovered. Many of you may have seen this stuff already. I'm not going to show the entire clips. I'm going to give you an extract, and then in the description below I'll put a link and you can go watch the whole thing. But the first thing I want to speak about is a parody of Bohemian Rhapsody, or should we call it coronavirus rhapsody. Freddie Mercury, back from the dead, singing this song. Enjoy it.
Is this a fever? Is this just allergies? Caught in a lockdown, no escape from the family. Don't touch your eyes, just hand sanitize quickly. I'm just a poor boy, no job security, because of easy spread. Even though I wash my hands, lay it low, I look out the window, the curve doesn't look flatter to me. Mama, I just killed a man. I didn't stay inside in bed. I walked past him, now he's dead. Mama, life was so much fun, but now I've got this unforgiving flame. Mama, ooh, I didn't need to make them die. If I'm not back to work this time tomorrow, carry on, as if people didn't matter.
So you can watch the rest of it. I've got the link to the Facebook page where these guys have done the whole Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's about 7 minutes long. It really is terrific. It's very smart, very clever. So the second one I want to share with you is just a change of atmosphere. It's singing this beautiful song, Imagine by the Beatles, in a isolated railway station somewhere in London. Take a watch.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no illness. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to stay inside for, and no mass media too.
Again, you can watch the whole thing. I'll put a link to this whole video in the description below, so go ahead and watch it. It really is, and this guy's doing some really good stuff, so good for him. The third thing, just a little extract from Wayne's sermon today. Wayne is one of the senior pastors at the church that I've been a part of for the last 28 years, Grace Family Church. And Wayne shared a really Very, very encouraging sermon this morning. So here's just a brief extract from Wayne's sermon. Take a listen.
We're at day 3, as you watch this, of the national lockdown. And I don't know about you, but I feel like a little bit like the guy who fell off the 21st floor of a building, and as he passed his mates on the 18th floor, he shouted at them, "So far, so good." And I want to read from Luke chapter 8, and we start at verse 22. One day Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side of the lake." My sense is that we're en route to the other side, and we don't quite know what that looks like. It's a little scary. We don't know what the other side looks like, and it's scary also because staying where we are isn't really an option. Things have changed. The world has changed.
So once again, the link to the rest of his sermon will be in the description below. I would really encourage you to, if you want to, you can watch the whole message, the whole worship set plus the sermon, or you could just scrub forward through to Wayne's sermon, but you will be really encouraged by it. So I want to shift gears a little bit and just share a little story that speaks to another side of social media. And I don't want to shame anybody in this, so I'm not going to actually give the illustrations or show them to you. But I want to tell you the story and the impact that this kind of thing can have. 2 Sundays ago, we come back from church one Sunday night. Now, you must understand from a pastor's point of view that church is the very life. It's the thing that he's given himself to. And yes, there's been criticism of churches, and for whatever reason, and for justified and unjustified reasons. But that's not what I was going to speak about. Anyway, we get back from church on Sunday night 2 weeks ago, and the coronavirus is just emerging in South Africa, and our state president announces that there's going to be social distancing. We aren't allowed to gather in groups of greater than 100. So of course this has a dramatic impact upon churches, and suddenly everything has changed. Wayne and Tom, Wayne being one of the other senior pastors, they call a meeting on the Monday morning straight after that Sunday, and we gather together to devise a plan. How do we do church well under this new rule that says that you can't gather more than 100 people? And so we speak about it, and in a short period of time we come up with a plan. Now let me just make a parenthesis there. There was stuff coming out on social media about churches that were going online, and why were they doing it? Were they doing it for the money? Is that the reason what they're doing? And you know, I really feel like, you know, that kind of comment goes to judgment. It goes to motive. What is the motive? Why are we doing this? And that's a really dangerous territory for anybody to go into. But anyway, that's not what I want to speak about. So we devise a plan, and we do a great online service. About 30 of us gather on Sunday morning in our church facility. We suspend all the services in our campuses. We have 4 campuses, and we come to one main campus. All our campus pastors participate. And we think it was a really great service. Thousands of people came online and they watched the service, and we're grateful for that. Then we are planning our next week's service, and on Monday night, the following Monday night, so it's the Sunday. Now the next Sunday we're doing a online service. That next day, that Monday, our state president announces that South Africa is going into a 21-day lockdown starting Thursday. So you've got 3 days in which you can move around fairly freely, being aware of all the restrictions about social distancing and washing of hands and all the good stuff. And again, we're back into territory, and we're trying to sort things out. How do we resolve this incredible challenge of not being able to gather together at all, and we're going to be isolated in our homes? It was during that period that Tom put this post, and then somebody made a comment on the post, and the comment that the person made, it really wasn't having anything to do with what Tom was attempting to achieve in this post. But the post that came in, it really just kind of undermined him and put a question mark over some of the aspects of his life. And again, you know, this is not for me to name and shame the post, because the person who made the post, I think from a sincere heart, raised a legitimate issue. But the impact that it had on Tom at this moment, it was something in a sense that he didn't need to have. He was dealing with so much at the time. And I just thought to myself, you know, is this the way we're going to use social media in the next 21 days? And we've had quite a lot of anger and stuff thrown at us during this period for some of the things that we are attempting to do as a church. I wondered to myself, is there no redeeming factor? Can we not use social media and use this 21 days. You know, my mom used to say, and I know it's a cliche, and I know some of you are going to roll your eyes at me, but my mom used to say, you know, if you can't be nice, then keep quiet. And I just think right now, you know, for us, we're 3 days into this isolation, Christine and I, we're so privileged. We have a lovely home, we have a sea view, there's so many things going for us. But you go through a variety of emotions in isolation, and you're feeling about, you know, what's going on in our world, and is this ever going to end? And there's an anxiety and fear, and then there's a concern about livelihoods, and there's so much uncertainty. And wouldn't it be helpful if we use social media as a redeeming quality? We put things on there that are going to help people, they're going to bless people, they're going to build their lives. I love the book of Galatians. It says, if anyone is caught in a fault, you which are spiritual, restore such a one with the spirit of gentleness, look into yourselves, lest you too be tempted. And the thing I love about that thing is, before we throw a stone, as it were, as Jesus would say, you know, you without sin cast the first stone, that before we feel the need to unleash our anger or our frustration upon when people are doing things that we don't think they should be doing, that perhaps we should just for 21 days put a pause on our reaction and just let people be who they are. And maybe like this virus, this antagonism, this polarization that we so often see on social media, perhaps that will begin to dissipate and to begin to be toned down a bit. And people will be more tolerant towards each other, more inclusive, more kind. If we don't agree, if we don't like what they're doing, perhaps we can find better ways to talk to people about this stuff. My own feelings about Tom's incident, I think the person who had raised, I think, a legitimate issue would have done better if they had maybe direct messaged Tom and asked him about the thing, instead of putting it on social media, where it now forms a stream of comments and opinions, which aren't always helpful. Anyway, those are my thoughts. So my redeeming end to this little podcast, or bigger pardon, to this little video cast, I want to share just a song that my friend Andre de Villiers put online on YouTube. Just a prayerful song, and I think you'll love the song. So here's Andre, and God bless you. Have a fantastic rest of the day, rest of the week, and may you find healing, may you find courage as you interact in ways that are different and difficult to what we've ever become accustomed to in the past. So my prayer for all of us is that God would bless you. And so listen to this song, this prayer song that my friend Andre posted on YouTube. So God bless you.
Here we are in the middle of the storm, where mountains get moved. For this moment we were born. We stand before you, we stand in awe of you. God, we implore you, let your kingdom come. We'll never know Jesus is all we need, till Jesus is all we've got. Blessed are the poor in spirit, those who know they have not except for you. Except for you, there is no way. Except for you, there is no truth. Except for you, there is no life. Because of you, we stand on the promise. Pray for the nation. Ask the impossible. There is nothing we can do except for you. Here we are in the middle of the storm, where mountains are moved. For this moment we were born. We'll never know Jesus is all we need, till Jesus is all we've got. Blessed are the poor in spirit, those who know they have not except for you, except for you.